What's going on, everybody? So today we're talking about how transforming your body does not really have to take that long. Like with me personally, anytime I've lost a lot of weight, and just so you guys know, a lot of you guys probably have never seen me before. Now, I'm a fitness coach. I've been doing this for about like 13, 14 years. Growing up as a kid, I was always active, played sports, etc. I was active. When I was 17, I fractured one of my vertebrae, and that caused me to be very inactive. And because I was so inactive, and at this time I started working, started having some money in my pocket, I developed very bad eating habits. So I would do things like go to McDonald's, I would eat a lot of fast food. I used to go to the mall, get a lot of greasy food, and I gained a lot of weight. All right, I couldn't be active and I'm eating a lot, so I gained a lot of weight. Ended up weighing 260 pounds. Now, I didn't like that, so I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months just by doing something that was very intense. I did cardio twice a day. I built my way up to running 5 miles every morning and 5 miles every evening. I only ate 2 meals a day. I'd eat some chicken breast and some lettuce, and I would go to the gym and get into some weightlifting. And for me, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. So what that situation taught me was that if there is a goal that I want to reach fitness wise, I need to attack it ferociously. And by me giving it 100%, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. And what's funny is before I actually lost the weight, I had been trying to lose weight for 2 years and I didn't lose a pound. I was not able to stay consistent. I wasn't able to, see any real progress. Everything changed though when I really got serious, because let's say I was giving 50%. I do healthy things, but I was never fully bought in on the process. I never fully accepted the fact that I was going to have to stick to a strict meal plan consistently for months. That I'm going to do my cardio every single day. Like I thought that a few good days or a few good things that I did once in a while would be enough to change my body, but it's not. If you want to see a real transformation, you have to give it 100%, and it's a long-term journey that you're about to embark on. So, like I said, having a transformation, it doesn't take that long. Like you can lose 30 pounds in 3 months. You can lose 40 pounds in 4 months. You can lose 100 pounds in 10 to 12 months. You can get this done, right? But we need to follow a plan, follow it 100%, and give everything that we have to this plan and just fully commit to it. Okay, so anytime for me that I wanted to lose a lot of body fat and transform quickly, there are 3 simple things that I do. Number 1 is I follow a low calorie, high protein diet, or I follow a low calorie, high protein meal plan. Number 2, I do a lot of cardio. And number 3, I make sure that I'm weightlifting like hardcore, seriously. And if I had to sum it up, like I would say that I give 100% of myself to my fitness goal, especially when I want to see a real big transformation. I don't play around with it. I give it 100%. So like I said, there are 3 main things that I do, and we're going to break down, I'm going to give you examples of these 3 things, of a high protein, low calorie meal plan, of the cardio and the way I like to do it, the weightlifting that I like to do. And if we can do these 3 things 100% fully committed, you could be losing 10 to 12 pounds of body fat every single month. There are so many, so I've done this myself. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. I have clients that lose 10 to 15 pounds every month because they follow this, and I see it happen every single day. There's a new client, there's a new transformation, a new testimonial. Like it happens so often. So if you are still struggling with weight loss, like pay attention today. This potentially can be the thing that helps you out. Now, there are a lot of things that go into weight loss, right? I'm going to give you the knowledge. I'm going to give you what you need to do, but ultimately you have to execute on the knowledge. Because how many people here have heard what to do to lose weight, right? You know what to do, but you're just not really doing it 100%. Say me. If that's you, like you've heard what to do, but you're just not doing it, say me. If that's you. Okay. And that was me. So as you listen today, I want you to, number 1, hear the information. And number two, I want you to 100% in your mind, like commit to saying, I am going to do whatever it takes. And I know for me, sometimes at least, when it comes time to getting into diet mode, it could be a little scary because it's like, I'm not going to be able to eat the food that I like. I'm not going to be able to go out. I'm going to have to change my life. I'm going to have to change my routine. You will. There's some things that you're going to have to give up. It's like, just so, for example, I just ordered some sugar-free almond milk so I can make my my low-calorie coffee lattes in the morning. And I wanted to order some protein bars, but I'm like, no, I'm in a fat loss phase right now, so I can't order the protein bars. So there's certain things that we have to give up. That may not make sense to you, but I'll give you another example. I used to go to the movies every single weekend with my wife. But now, because of this stage that we're in, fitness-wise, it's not a good idea for us to go to the movies. It's better for us to stay home so we can make healthy, nutritious meals and eat fruit as our snack instead of being around the temptation. So, like I said, let's get into the knowledge, but as you hear it, just make up in your mind and accept the fact that like now is the time for us to get this done. Okay? So, the three things that I do anytime I want to lose weight really quickly. Number one is I follow a low calorie, high protein meal plan. So this is how I structure it. I basically pick 3 high protein, low calorie meals for the day. So I eat 3 meals a day. It's a breakfast, it's a lunch, and it's a dinner. And I write down, okay, I need a high protein, low calorie breakfast. What is that going to be? What is breakfast going to be? You can put in the comment section, what is a high protein, low calorie breakfast that I could eat every day that's going to get me to my goal, right? So we're not really so much thinking about taste here. We're thinking about what's going to get me to my goal. That's number one. What's breakfast going to be? So I'll give you a few of the breakfast options that I have tried that have gotten me to my goal. A protein shake is always a good option. It's very simple. I would do 2 cups of egg whites with some vegetables. That's a great option. I have done a cup of egg whites with 2 to 3 eggs and some veggies like spinach. That's another good option. I've also done a cup of egg whites, 4 ounces of chicken breast or ground beef with a side of veggies. That's also a good option right there. So that's what I do. Like I write out what am I going to have for breakfast? And I write that down. And then I commit to eating that for breakfast every single day. So you write down what's a good high protein, low calorie breakfast for you. Put your option in the comments. Somebody asked what's a good sauce to use for breakfast. Just so you guys know, I use barbecue sauce. Now, I will use sugar-free barbecue sauce. You can use regular sauce if you want, but you just have to use portion control because they can add extra calories. So if you're going to use regular sauce, just use a little bit. If you're going to use a sugar-free sauce, then you can pretty much use as much as you want. Okay? Or if you're going to use a low-calorie sauce. So any sauce that you're about to pick up, look for low-calorie, low sugar, etc. Okay? Next, after we have our breakfast option down, and I highly recommend that you write this down. Don't just try to guess it. Write down what you're going to have for breakfast. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to decide what am I going to eat for my lunch. All right. So what is a high protein, low calorie lunch? What can I eat for lunch every day that's going to get me to my goal? Not what's going to taste good, not what's going to give us variety, but what can I have for lunch that is going to get me to my goal? And I want us to think like this because remember, this is for the people who are trying to see fast progress. So we're not going to be doing this forever, but we want to get the fat loss moving. We want to lose our first 20 pounds. Then we can start to be a little bit more flexible. So what can we have for lunch? Put your lunch option in the comment section. What is a good lunch option that will help you get to your goal of losing body fat? For me, my number one lunch option that I've been sticking to for the last like 10 years has been chicken breast with a side of vegetables. And I add a little bit of barbecue sauce to it. And I'll add some seasoning to it. I'll do chicken breast and vegetables. All right. If I ever get tired of chicken breast, then I'll do ground beef and vegetables. But I'll make sure the ground beef is the 93% lean or 96% lean. Sometimes I'll do ground chicken with vegetables, or I'll do ground turkey with vegetables. So for my lunch, 9 times out of 10 is going to be chicken breast with a side of vegetables. If I ever do need some variety, then I'll pick another protein source and eat that with the vegetables. Okay, why does that work? Because if you're eating a lean meat with vegetables, that meal is going to be almost pure protein, a little bit of fat, and a little bit of fiber, which means the meal is going to be very low in calories, right? So it's going to have you in a calorie deficit, and all of that protein is going to be good because it's going to help you keep your muscle while you're losing body fat. If your meals don't have a lot of protein, you'll lose muscle, right? Because your body will break down your muscle tissue. So like your body will take protein from your muscle. It'll break down your muscle and take the protein. That's why we want to have a high protein. That's why we want to have that's why we want to have a lot of protein at every meal, so we can protect the muscle that we currently have. And how many people here would like to build some muscle while they're losing body fat? Then it's really important to make sure that the meals are high in protein. Okay, so put in the comment section, what would you have for lunch? Steak is good as well too. Somebody asked about steak. Now, when we're picking protein sources, it needs to be lean. So what I mean by lean is when you look at the meat, like it should not have a lot of fat on it. So you can look at a ribeye steak, or you could look at top sirloin steak. A ribeye steak has more fat in it. So it does have more flavor. It will taste better. But because it has more fat, it's going to have more calories. We want to go lean, meaning the leaner something is, that means the less fat it has and the more protein it has, meaning the less calories and the more protein it's going to have. So we want to go for lean cuts of steak. So top sirloin or top round steak. Those are good cuts of steak right there. Okay. So lean protein sources. And if you are ever confused about what a lean protein source is, you can always just go on Google and type in lean protein sources. And when it's time for you to eat, you have a lean protein source with some vegetables, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Very easy. Very simple. Just so you guys know, for lunch today, it was my wife's birthday yesterday, so we just went out for lunch today. What did I get? I got some grilled chicken breasts and I got some broccoli when we went out. All right. So I got a burger with broccoli, but I got some extra, I got a side of grilled chicken breast with it. All right. I added some lean protein and some vegetables to the meal. Okay. So even if you're going out, if you're on vacation, you can always prioritize lean protein and vegetables, no matter what the situation is. So begin to familiarize yourself with like, okay, I gotta have a lean protein and vegetables. All right, so it's a quiz. Let's say you're on vacation. What do we eat? Lean protein, vegetables. This is how my brain works. Like if I want to, like if somebody's like, hey, I want to lose weight, or I have diabetes, or I'm trying to get healthier, what should I eat? Protein, vegetables. Protein, vegetables. So if it's breakfast, what do we get? Protein, vegetables. Right? Sometimes for breakfast, people don't like to do vegetables. Also, okay, just do protein. But protein, that's what we want to prioritize. If it's like one of the main meals, then protein, vegetables, protein, vegetables. That's like a simple way to think about eating to make sure that the meal is going to be low in protein. Higher in protein, low in calories. Okay? Let's see, what is the portion amount you are supposed to eat? So when it comes to the serving sizes, I use a food scale, and as a good rule of thumb, most men should do 8 or 9 ounces of a cooked protein source. Like, so when you weigh it out, it should be like 8 to 9 ounces. Most women can do 5 to 6 ounces of a cooked protein source. Okay. And you can do that for each meal. One corn and 2 eggs. That's not bad. Now, some people say, right, like corn is a little bit starchier, right? A little bit higher in sugar than like broccoli is, but corn and 2 eggs is not terrible, right? But let's say I was you and I was going to eat 2 eggs and corn for breakfast. How would I fix that meal? So this is what I would do to make that meal higher in protein, just better. Instead of just doing 2 eggs and corn, I would add 1 cup of egg whites and have that with the 2 eggs. And instead of the corn, I would pick a vegetable like broccoli or some asparagus or some green beans. That's if I wanted the meal to be even better. But if you just did the egg whites, 2 eggs, and some corn, not terrible. I have trouble eating all breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just do the best that you can. you guys, like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. If you can only eat 2 meals a day because you don't have a big appetite, that's fine. Like, if you tell me, hey, all I ate today was chicken thighs and broccoli for lunch, and then I had some steak and asparagus for dinner, and I couldn't eat nothing else, that's fine. Like, you are doing great. But here's the issue. If you tell me, hey, I can't eat all 3 of these meals, coach, so I'm just gonna go to McDonald's, that is bad. Okay? Just do the best that you can. Brussels sprouts? Yes, excellent. I cut the olive oil out and I'm using the spray things. Okay, great, excellent, excellent. Okay, so now let's talk about dinner. So far we've covered our breakfast, we've covered some good lunch options, and now we're gonna go over dinner. Now with dinner, a lot of people can struggle when it comes to dinner because it's later in the day, our willpower is not as high, and we might feel a little hungry. Like most people for dinner time, they like to eat larger servings and they like to eat food that tastes a little better. If this is you, say me. Say me in the comment section if this is you. For dinner time, you like to have the tastier meals for your dinner time. If this is you, say I. All right. So this is my strategy for dinner. Because usually for breakfast, I can be very strict. For lunch, I can be very strict. But for dinner time, sometimes I do like the food to be a little bit better. So this is how I do it. For my breakfast, I will pick a very lean protein source. Like it will be egg whites and chicken breasts and vegetables. Very strict. For my lunch, it will be chicken breasts and vegetables. It'll be very strict. For dinner time, well, just to be clear, if I'm like determined to lose body fat, then I will eat straight up plain chicken breast and broccoli. I don't like, that's if I really want to be strict, right? And you should be like that if you're trying to see great progress. So that's what you should do. Now, if I want the dinner to be a little bit tastier, instead of picking a very lean protein source like chicken breast, I'll pick a slightly fattier protein source like chicken thighs. So for my dinner, it will be chicken thighs and broccoli. So it gives me somewhat of some flavor. So that's what I'll do and I'll go to sleep after doing that. Okay, so when you look up protein sources, there are going to be some protein sources that are very lean, and there are going to be some that have a little bit more fat in them. And if you want your food to have a little bit more flavor, go for the protein sources that have more fat. Now, the downside of food having more fat is it's going to have more calories. So if you're eating fattier protein sources, you'll lose body fat a little bit slower. Okay? So you just got to like kind of weigh your options very carefully. Like what you could do if you want to have the best of both worlds is you can pick a very lean protein source for breakfast, go very lean for lunch, and then for dinner you can be a little bit more flexible. Not crazy flexible, because like I said before, trying to cut corners and trying to enjoy yourself too much is the reason why people try to lose body fat for years and they're never successful. But when they 100% commit and they're willing to do whatever it takes, they're able to lose body fat pretty quickly. Okay? So, write down your breakfast. Write down what you're going to eat for lunch. Write down what you're going to eat for dinner. And then the last thing is decide, will I have one snack a day or will I not have a snack? Now, for me, what I'll do if I'm being strict is I will only snack on fruit. So I will buy things like strawberries or oranges or apples and keep it in the fridge. And if I am like feeling like I'm starving late at night, I'll go get an apple or I'll go get an orange or something like that. Okay? So that's like my philosophy on dieting, right? I pick a high protein, low calorie breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I eat the same meals every day so that it is very simple. And I'll have like a few fruit options in the fridge. So if I ever need a snack, I can just go and grab that. Now, I'll say it again. I have done this. I have lost 100 pounds in 6 months by eating like this. I've seen thousands of people that send me their before and after photos after they say, hey, coach, like I saw your diet, I've done it, and they lose weight. I have thousands of clients that have gotten diets from me and they do it and they've lost weight. So if you can stick to this, like this will work. Now, when you hear this, are there any questions? Like, Are there any questions? Are we confused about anything? Does everybody feel confident that they can begin to eat like this so that they can start to get results? Because ultimately, I don't want you, I don't want, like, I want you to lose your first 5 pounds over the next 2 weeks. I don't want you to have to wait 2 months to lose your next 5 pounds. I want you to start getting early wins. So I want everybody to commit to following this thing super, super strict. Okay? So are there any questions at all? Don't you need carbs? The simple answer, and a lot of people gonna hate this answer, is you don't. Like, you don't need carbs. Mind you, like, and hear me out. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. I was weightlifting 6 days a week. I was running 10 miles a day, and I was only eating chicken breast and lettuce. Like, I didn't have any starchy carbs. I had no rice, no bread, no potatoes, no pot. Like, I had none of that stuff. And I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, and I felt fine. You know, I was a little hungry, but like, I felt fine. So you don't need carbs. If you want to have carbs because you really want to prioritize your weightlifting performance, then you can. Like, you can have a small serving of carbs right before you do your weightlifting. But in terms of, like, do you need it? No. I have clients now who don't do any carbs at all, and they lose fat and they build muscle. I think the bigger issue is not necessarily that you need carbs. It's more so that you're used to eating carbs. So when you cut the rice out, you cut the bread out, it's like that feels like a shock to the system, right? So to answer your question plainly, you don't need it. You don't have to cut it out completely. You can just eat it in moderation and make sure you stay in a calorie deficit. Okay? So that's my answer on that. How come I feel weak when I weight train? How come you feel, what do you mean? But I don't know if I can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So just do the best you can. If you can only eat 2 meals a day, do that. I'm a little cautious to tell people to not do 3 meals a day, because usually when people will skip meals, that makes them more prone to snack later. So if you can only eat 2 meals a day and you're not going to get into the junk food and your cravings are under control, then that is fine. Do 2 meals a day. But if you're going to eat 2 meals a day and feel hungry and snack, I don't want you to do that. I would rather you eat 3 solid meals a day, hit your protein target, get your fiber in, and stay full and satisfied, rather than you start to snack. So that's what I would prefer you do. Now, as long as you can be in a calorie deficit, if you know what that means, then you're fine. You can, get your calories in however you want. But it's usually better for you to get your solid meals, because the protein is going to be higher. You're going to get in more fiber. You're going to be more full and satisfied. How many veggies should I eat? So on average, you should do 2 to 3 cups of veggies per meal. And this is just to help you get around that 20 to 25, 30 grams of fiber for the day. If I don't have carbs, I feel weak because I weight train 5 times a week. So I've had protein and veggies, but I feel like I need carbs. So in your situation, I would just have some carbs in moderation before I go to strength train. So let me give you an example. Before I lift weights and I work out at 1:30 p.m., let's say my breakfast is actually at 12. If it's the day where I know I'm going to have a strenuous workout, at 12 o'clock with my breakfast, I'll have a slice of toast or 2 slices of toast. So it'll be 1 cup of egg whites, 5 ounces of chicken breast, and some mixed veggies. But if I know I'm going to have a strenuous workout that day, I'll have 2 slices of toast, get some carbs in my system. Or instead of the toast, I'll have a cup of sweet potato before the workout. But if it's a day where I'm not going to be lifting weights, I'll skip the carbs. Okay? So that's how you can do it. You use the carbs when you're about to go to the gym and work out. So you can just have a little bit before you go do your workout. Okay? Okay, next. We just covered the meal plan. Now we're going to talk about cardio. And I just want to kind of bring this all home. Today, we're talking about how it doesn't have to take long to get a fitness transformation. So pretty much, if you want to lose fat fast and look different fast. Like if you look at my screen, I'm gonna share a photo of myself. Now, this photo, this is a before and after. You won't be able to see this on TikTok, so sorry. So it's only 10 weeks in between these two photos. Okay? It's only 10 weeks. And I lost like 30 something pounds of body fat in 2.5 months. So this is the kind of transformation I'm trying to help you guys get. Like I'm trying to get you guys to have like massive progress. So that's what we're talking about here. So I say that to say, when I am trying to see quick progress, I do a lot of cardio. Like even to like right now, I'm doing 2 hours of cardio a day. And if you notice, like while I'm teaching this lesson, I'm standing up right now just so I can burn more calories, get some more steps in. So I will be like hyper active when I'm trying to lose body fat. And the idea is this, like I want to take massive action. So with my meal plan, it's very dialed in. The protein is high, the calories are low. You know, I'm making sure I get my nutrients. So I try to go 100% with the diet. With the amount of calories I burn, I try to burn as much as I can. So I'll do 2 hours of cardio a day. I wake up and I do 60 minutes every morning. And the 60 minutes in the morning that I do, it's kind of intense. It's not crazy intense. Like I'm walking on an incline and I'm using the Stairmaster, and I'll jog as well. So like I'll kind of cycle through those 3 forms of cardio, but I do 60 minutes every morning. And then before I go to bed, I do another 60 minutes. Now the 60 minutes that I do before bed is not as intense. It'll just be walking, or if I am on the Stairmaster, I'll be going slower or I'll go live, but it'll be slower, like a slower 60 minutes. And like I said, throughout the day, like I'm moving, I'm fidgeting, I'm just trying to get my steps in, just burn more calories by being more active. Now, the reason why I do so much cardio is simply so that I can burn a ton of calories. I just want to burn a ton of calories. So you don't have to do this, but this is why I do it, because I'm trying to create a huge calorie deficit. And by me doing the amount of cardio that I do, I'm burning at least an additional 1,500 calories a day. So because I'm burning so much and I'm eating around 1,500 calories a day, that's like massive fat loss right there. That's how you lose 3 or 4 pounds of body fat every single week, because you're in a 1,500 to 2,000 calorie deficit a day. Okay. Now, my personal philosophy on this, and I understand that not everybody is going to agree, but it is what it is. Like when I'm trying to like transform and I'm trying to get fit, I want to get fit fast. I want to get this thing done fast. Like that's my philosophy on it. I want to get this body fat off quickly. I want to get it done within about 6 weeks and be good. So that's why I do so much. Now, when it comes to cardio, you want to pick something that you enjoy. Like, what do you want to do for cardio? If you were going to start doing 60 minutes of cardio every day, what would be your cardio of choice? Like I said, I will use the Stairmaster. I'll walk on the treadmill with an incline. I'll jog. Before I moved down here, I would box. Like I'd box every day, like 2 hours. And that was crazy cardio, but it was super fun. Wrestling is excellent cardio. So what will you do for cardio? And just as a side note, I personally do not think that 2 hours of cardio is a lot. Like I think that it's, as a person who wants to be fit, doing 2 hours of physical activity a day, that's like a standard that I hold myself to. And the first thing I want to do, like when I have the time out here in because we just moved to Texas, is I'm going to find a boxing gym. I'm going to find a place where I can do jujitsu. I want to be active. I want to be active bare minimum 2 hours a day. So that's like my philosophy. But what would you like to do for cardio? What's your thing? Put in the comment section. Somebody asked, do you have to do 30 minutes of cardio or can it be 10K steps a day? Here's the thing. I do both. So you can pick one. You can either go for 10,000 steps a day or 15,000 steps a day, or you can do 30 minutes of cardio or 60 minutes of cardio. Pick one, whichever one floats your boat. Everybody's going to be a little different. When I first start working with clients, I ask them, I'm like, hey, do you want to do 60 minutes of cardio a day? Or do you want to start off with just going for 12,000 steps a day? And then over time, we will pivot and we'll adjust depending on like how well they progress. But that's how we do it. So either one. So we see the treadmill. walking for cardio? If you do both, do you separate the cardio? So before, like I just got an Apple Watch. I just got an Apple Watch. So now it counts all of my, like I just got this today. So now it counts all of my steps. Before, I would have to, like when I'm doing my cardio, it wouldn't count that as steps. Like, cause it would be on my phone and I would place the phone down. So it wouldn't count that as steps. Then I would make sure that I got my steps in addition to the cardio. But that was a lot. So now I have the Apple Watch. So if the Apple Watch said, like, I just care that I get the, 2 hours of cardio in, and I just try to get as many steps throughout the day as possible. Like earlier today, me and my wife went out to eat, and while we were waiting for the food, and this in Texas, the weather is nice, like it was outdoors, I got up and I took a few laps around the boardwalk. So I was walking for like 15, 20 minutes while we were waiting for our meal to come out. So those are the little things that I'll do just to burn more calories. Gail asks, is jump rope okay? Yes, Gail, jump rope is okay. Can cardio make you lose muscle? I was told by a trainer to minimize cardio and do weight training more. Not necessarily. So how do I put this? If you have a solid weightlifting routine and you are following your weightlifting routine and you're getting in your protein, and then on top of that, you do cardio, you will not lose muscle. So the key is this: you don't want the cardio to interfere with your weight lifting. So for me, I strength train hard, like 3 days a week. I do not go to the gym and do cardio instead of weightlifting. I wake up very early to get my cardio out the way, and then I do cardio at night when I'm already tired. But during the middle of the day, when my energy is at its highest, that's when I go to the gym, my 3 days a week, and I'll strength train very hard. So I never let the cardio interfere with the weightlifting. That's the key. I break up my exercise 20 minutes in the morning, afternoon, and evening. That adds up. And weights before bed, 3.5 weeks, and I'm down 10 pounds. I have a bad back and knee, so I do chair exercises, Tai Chi, and my weights following the eating plan, and I'm thrilled. Okay, Rivers, that's incredible. Definitely keep on doing that. I love that. Perfect. I have bad knees, so what do you recommend for me to do? So Mary, you have bad knees. So when it comes to cardio, you want to do exercises that are not going to hurt your knees. So can you walk? Maybe, right? Can you run? No. So instead of running, we'll pick something else. Can you swim? Is that feasible? Okay, maybe. Can you use the bike? Maybe you can. Can you use the elliptical? Possibly. So I would make a list, and this is if I was you and my knees were hurting and I couldn't do like jogging or the stairs, I would make a list of the exercises, like maybe walking or using the bike or the elliptical. I'd make a list of exercises that potentially won't hurt my knees, and I would try to do those machines. That's what I would do. And if it worked, amazing. That's what I do now. If there's an exercise that I can't do, then I don't do it anymore. For the last few months, I couldn't squat because I've been having back pain every time I squat. And even if I squat light, it just was hurting my back. So I stopped doing barbell squats. I just do some heavy lunges instead. So just pick exercises that you can do. Anyway, let's move on. So that's cardio. So now we know we got to stick to our meal plan and we got to do our cardio. Now, let's talk about the weightlifting. When we lift weights, we're lifting weights with the purpose of preserving and building our muscle mass. So if we want to build muscle, we must lift weights, and we must lift weights with intensity. Now, if you're a beginner, you don't really have to listen to this. You can take it easy, take your time. But if you are on the younger side, right? Let's say you're in your 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, or even a little younger, like you need to be lifting weights with intensity. You need to push yourself hard. Like I said, even if you're in your 60s, if your mobility is good, but definitely in your 50s, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 30s and in your 20s, or even a little younger, you need to prioritize your weightlifting so that you can build muscle. This is very important. All right. If you want to have a nice shape, if you want to have strength, if you want to be like protected when you fall, if you want longevity, we need to strength train hard. You don't build muscle by doing like baby weights. We need to push our muscles hard. Okay. This is how I structure it. I go to the gym, and there are many ways to do weightlifting, just so you guys know, but this is how I do it now. I'll do 3 full body workouts a week. I'll do one exercise for my legs. And what I do is I do 2 working sets of some heavy walking lunges. So I'll, grab the 75-pound dumbbells. I'll grab both of them. Before, I'd grab the 100-pound dumbbells and I would do 10 to 12 or 15 lunges on each leg. I would rest for 3 to 4 minutes after that and then do another super heavy set just like that. And that'd be it for my legs. Then I do an exercise for my chest, like some heavy incline dumbbell presses, 2 working sets. Then I'll do 2 exercises for my back, then 2 for my shoulders, then 2 for my biceps and triceps, and then 2 heavy working sets for my core, like some hanging leg raises or something like that. All right, and that's how I do it. 3 full body workouts, and everybody here can pretty much follow that. Now, if you are a stronger person, of course, you'll lift heavier weights. If you are more of a beginner, start light and focus on your form. Okay. Now, so far, we covered the diet first, then we covered cardio, and we just went over a good workout routine. Are there any questions about working out? Let's see if we have any questions. If I'm getting my protein, but not strength training, and I'm in a calorie deficit, do you lose muscle? I've been focused on weight loss for a couple of months. So Steve, there's a good chance that it depends. If you are a beginner, then no, you're most likely not going to lose any muscle. If you used to be very strong and like very advanced in the gym and you don't weightlift, then yes, you will lose muscle. So judging by your question, you sound like you may have been more of a beginner with weightlifting. So you weren't like super, super strong. So you're probably not going to lose that much muscle. Now I have to add weight training. Oh, yes. So everybody here, if you're doing this by yourself and you are still like a beginner and you're just now mastering the diet and you're mastering the cardio and you're just trying to get that down and you don't want to add weightlifting yet, that's okay. Like, that's fine, right? I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want you to master what you're currently doing. But if you do have the bandwidth to add in the weight training, then I highly recommend that if you can do it. All right. If you have a trainer, if you have a coach, if you're working with somebody, then yes, add that in, like add in the weightlifting. But if you're doing it by yourself and it's, a little confusing for you, okay, if you want to just stick to the diet and the cardio right now, that's okay. I'm not upset at that. B says, can I have peanuts? B, what would you have peanuts for? Would you have peanuts for a snack? Why do you ask that? No problem, Steve. Can you lift and do cardio on the same day? Yes, you can. But I would want you to split it up. So I would want you to do your cardio earlier in the day and do your weightlifting later. So split it up. Or you can do your weightlifting first and then do your cardio afterwards. Like, try to space it out. If you have to do it in the same time frame, then you want to lift weights first when you have the most amount of energy, because like I said, to build muscle, like you got to push. Weightlifting should be hard. Like you got to be pushing yourself if you want to build muscle, right? So you need your energy for that. For the cardio, like if you're walking, you can walk tired, this. But if I tell you, go to the gym and bench press or squat as hard as you can, like as heavy as you can, you need to be like locked in, focused. You need energy for that, definitely. So lift weights first, do cardio after. Let's see. So B asked, can I have peanuts as a snack? No, I don't really like having peanuts as a snack because peanuts is not a low calorie snack. It can be very high in calories. And I would not eat peanuts as the snack of choice because it's very easy to eat 1,000 calories worth of peanuts. Like it's very easy to eat 1,000 calories worth of peanuts. If you compare that to 1,000 calories worth of strawberries, like 1,000 calories worth of strawberries is going to be super filling. But 1,000 calories worth of peanuts is probably like those little cans that you could buy at the supermarket. So I would strongly advise against that. Okay. Instead, fruit, like low calorie fruit, like strawberries or blueberries or melons. That's what you should snack on, not nuts of any kind because very calorie dense. What about unsalted peanuts? It's the same thing. The calories from the peanuts don't come from, like, it's not the salt that makes the peanuts high in calories. It's the peanuts themselves. Nuts have a high fat content. They contain a lot of fat, making them very calorie dense. So salted or unsalted, it's the same amount of calories. Is bananas not good to snack on? So one banana, one banana is about 100 calories. So if you're gonna have one banana, that's fine. If you're gonna have two bananas, okay, that's fine. But if you keep eating them, then 300, then 400, those calories can stack up. And remember, when we're trying to lose body fat, there's a certain amount of calories that you need to eat. So you have a certain amount of calories that you burn every day. That's called your calorie maintenance. And if you eat your calorie maintenance every day, you will maintain your weight. That's why it's called calorie maintenance. You have to eat 500 calories less than that number. So for most people, let's say your calorie maintenance is 2,000, and for everybody, this number will be different. But let's say your calorie maintenance number is 2,000. For you to lose 1 pound a week, you have to eat 500 calories less than that. So you have to eat 1,500. If you keep on eating bananas and you eat more and more calories, now you're back at 2,000. Because you're snacking on bananas, you're no longer going to be losing weight because you're not in a calorie deficit anymore. Or let's say you're at 1,500 calories and your calorie maintenance is 2,000, but you have two bananas. Now you're at 1,700 calories. So now instead of you losing 1 pound a week, you're losing half a pound a week. So with that being said, just have to be careful with the snacking. If I'm trying to lose weight quickly, I probably wouldn't snack. Now, my question to you is, do you know how to count your calories and do you track your calories? If you're tracking your calories, then you can be a lot more flexible with your diet because you will know how many calories you're eating a day and you can be more flexible. If you're not tracking your calories, then you're going to have to be like very strict. And the reason why you have to be very strict when you're not tracking your calories is because you don't really know how many calories you're eating. So you're just trying to guess to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. So you just want to be extra strict just to make sure 100% you're in a calorie deficit. Okay? How do you work that out, please? So I'm going to actually, you guys are going to love this. If you're on TikTok, you won't be able to see this, unfortunately. So sorry, but I will call out what I'm doing so you can see it. So when you want to figure out what your calorie maintenance is, the first thing we do is we go to Google and we type in calorie calculator. And then we go to the one by calculator.net. And then we're going to put in our information. We put in your age. Let's say you are 40. Let's say you're a female and you are 5'4" and you're 198 pounds. How many people fit this demographic right here? And let's say you're moderately active. You press calculate, and now you see what your maintenance calories is. 2,275. All right, so that's how you figure that out. Now, if you look here, it says for you to lose 2 pounds a week, you have to eat 1,000 calories less than that every day. This is how it works. So it's not just enough to eat less calories in your maintenance. You have to eat a specific amount of calories if you want to lose a specific amount of weight. And here's the thing, you got to do this every day, right? You got to do it every day. Some people will mess up because Monday through Thursday, they will be strict, but Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, they go in vacation mode and they forget about being in a calorie deficit. And those 3 high calorie days, it offsets the 3 low calorie days and it all averages out. So now your daily calorie average for the week was you at calorie maintenance. So now you're not losing weight. So this is why it's important for you to be strict every day, like stick to your calories every day. MyFitnessPal, yes, MyFitnessPal is great. MyFitnessPal is the app that you use if you want to keep track of all the calories that you're eating. So it's called MyFitnessPal. Is 1,700 calories enough for one meal a day? Only sweet potato, beef, and eggs. I'm 6'2", 233, down 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Yes, 1,700 calories is fine for you. You just gotta figure out what your maintenance is. What's your maintenance? That's the question I have. Once you tell me what your maintenance is, then I can tell you whether or not the amount of calories you're eating is fine or not. You're welcome, Rita. Okay. Now, for everybody here, if you need help with this, like if you would like me to make a meal plan for you, if you would like for me to design a cardio regimen for you, help you structure a workout plan, and work with you, I have a fitness coaching program. If you want more information on how that works, if you comment the word coach below, I'll send you the link to the page where you can see all how fitness coaching works, how much it costs, and then you can decide if that's going to be a good option for you. Just comment the word coach below. Okay. If you're on TikTok, then you have to click the link in my bio. You can't just comment it. If you're on TikTok, you have to click the link that's in my bio. If you comment it, I won't even see the comment. But everywhere else, you can just comment the word coach below and I'll send you the link for that so you can check everything out. Okay. Are you saying that it's better to count calories? No, I'm not saying that. For different strategies are going to work for different people. So for me, I know how to count calories. I had to learn how to count calories in the beginning, right? I had to learn it, and I'm very grateful that I did learn it. But actually, yeah, everyone should know how to count calories. Like, you need to learn how to count your calories. Now, the process that I go with to lose weight now, I keep it very simple. So, but because I know how to count calories, I know for a fact that if I'm active throughout the day and I am doing my cardio and I'm doing my steps, I know that I'm burning 3,500 calories a day, 4,000 calories a day, because I've tracked it in the past. So because I've tracked my calories and stuff in the past, I know, okay, if I'm doing this much stuff, I should be burning around 4,000 calories a day. And it's a guess, so it's not perfect. And because I've tracked my calories in the past, I know, all right, if I'm eating a 9 ounce of chicken breast and mixed veggies and I do this, I know that's around 1,500 calories. So I have a good idea that I know I'm in a big calorie deficit. But if you are a beginner and if you want to have the best results, I would be tracking my calories. I learned how to track my calories. I would even follow the tips that I give and make sure that every meal has a protein source and a vegetable. I would do it all. So I'd give 100% to it. And that leads us into the next segment of today's lesson. There are two things that have been on my mind a lot lately. Number one is massive action and just taking massive action. And this is more like a life philosophy that we can apply to fat loss. And this has been something that's helped me lose weight. To everyone here, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Right? And it's because my mind has always been geared towards taking massive action towards a problem. I was overweight. I said, you know what? I'm going to jog 5 miles every morning. I'm going to jog 5 miles every evening. I'm only going to eat chicken breast and some lettuce twice a day. And I'm going to go to the gym 5-6 days a week. So I just 100% committed, and I threw all of my attention and focus and energy into the body fat and the losing weight problem. And because I did that, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. So massive action, right? This means we're going to follow a strict diet. We're going to do cardio. We're going to do the weightlifting. We're going to get a trainer. We're going to get a coach. We're going to get a community. We're going to hold ourselves accountable. We're going to do everything in our power to get the job done. And I have some clients that when they first start working with me, they'll lose 20 pounds in their first month. I have some clients that lose 40 pounds in 3 months. I got some clients, they lost 40 pounds in 4 months. Some are down 65 pounds. Some are down 100 pounds. And the clients that do the best, these are the ones that take massive action. They do whatever it takes. I tell them, do an hour of cardio every day, and they do 2 hours of cardio every day. I tell them have 1 snack a day. They have no snacks a day. I tell them do 8,000 steps a day. They do 20,000 steps a day. They go above and beyond what I tell them. And if that can be your mindset, then like you will thrive with this. Like you will go very far. And this is a good philosophy, not just for fat loss, but also in life and in business. Anytime there's an issue, you just attack it with massive action. And if something doesn't work, you try something else. Something else doesn't work, you try something else. Is walking considered cardio? Walking could be considered cardio. So you can walk for your cardio. Other than massive action, the next thing, and this is very similar, but it would be to fully commit. Like mentally, we want to fully commit. Once again, my clients that get the best results, they 100% commit to following the plan. They commit to it. Like, they don't even negotiate with themselves. Yes, she's gonna, and when I tell them ways to make it easier, they say, I don't want that. Like, don't make it easier on me. Like, I want to know what's gonna get me results. Like, you say eat chicken breast and broccoli, I will eat that. I don't need the bread, coach. I don't need the sweet. I don't need the fries. Nope. You said chicken breast and broccoli, I'll lose weight quickly. I'll do that. So the people who fully commit to the plan, even on the weekends, they don't try to make it easy. They just throw their whole self at it. These are the people who get the best results. So if you are trying to lose weight, if you've been struggling, I would challenge you now to like fully commit. Okay. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy to learn how to count your calories when you've never done it before. It's not easy to throw away all the junk food that you just bought. It's not easy to start cooking healthy food when you don't even know how to cook healthy food. It's not easy to not eat the food that your family eats because that's part of your culture. But you're like, okay, eating what my culture makes is making me fat. Like, so I got to eat. Like, it's hard. But if you fully commit, you will get in shape and you'll get to your goal. Okay, and that's a guarantee. All right, everybody. So now that's pretty much it. Let's take a few calls. I'll be on for. Let's take 2 calls. All right, I've been on my feet for like this last hour, so let's take a few calls. I will take some calls from. Let's see, TikTok. Matter of fact, if you're on Facebook right now and YouTube, would you like to come up? Would you like to come up if you are on Facebook and YouTube? Just say yes if you do. If you're on TikTok, say yes if you want to come up. Okay, Daryl, I see you. So I just put a link in the comment section. Click that link if you want to join in, okay? No, just put yes in the comment section if you want to join in. If you're on TikTok, just put the word yes and I'll bring you up. Any tips for stress eating? Potentially, but you got to give me some more information. Try to come up, Sarah. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
Oh, sorry.
So
I think your TV is on. Can you turn it down a little bit?
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, your TV's a little loud. I can't really hear you. Can you turn it down a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So I've been following you now for probably like about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. So the first week I lost 5 pounds. So I'm on my second week now, and I have a big engagement to go to tomorrow. So eating out. So I'm going to like a Brazilian steakhouse, and I know it's a lot of meat there. So what would you kind of recommend?
So you can get some steak, some chicken breast, side of broccoli.
Okay.
I just went out with my wife for it was her birthday yesterday, so we just went out today. I got a burger, and instead of the fries, I got steamed broccoli and grilled chicken breast. So a burger, chicken breast, and broccoli. That was my order. So you can order something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, I think that's one of my questions. I ain't gonna keep you on too long.
No, you're good.
All right, but yeah, so going into this, like the first day of the second week, I lost like almost 1 pound. And then the next day I got on the scale, I didn't lose any pounds. And today I got on the scale, I lost a couple of ounces. So is that kind of normal?
Yeah, like on average, for people who are doing exceptionally well, losing 2 to 3 pounds a week consistently is amazing. So losing 2 to 3 pounds a week is phenomenal. So you will see that happen. Like you'll see some fluctuations. Like and after you go out, you might wake up the next day with your weight up a little bit because of the sodium that you ate. So you will see a little fluctuation there. But fluctuations in weight is normal. Just on average, every week, if we're losing 2 to 3 pounds, like that's incredible. If you're really strict and you're losing 4 or 5 pounds a week, then whew, you know.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm enjoying your program and watching your videos every day.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Put the word yes in the comment section. I see Daryl DeQuincy Hughes. Do me a favor. Click the link that's in the comment section. It should say click this link to join in. Click that link and then you should be able to join in. All right, let's see. Pedro. Yeah, hello? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. Hey, quick question. I've been in a deficit. I'm under 1,800, sometimes less. I'm working out 4 times a week. Does it matter the cardio if I kind of try to add it later? I mean, I am losing weight, so I just wondering if it's cool if I just try to implement it in the weekends at least, and then try to make it a daily thing.
What do you mean? So you're not doing cardio now. You're just eating in a
No.
calorie deficit and you're losing weight.
Yeah, I'm losing weight. I don't know. I mean, it's not, I'm more interested in, of course, losing weight, body fat, but I want to build muscle. You know what I mean? So I'm not really like walking every day because, it takes time and I haven't been able to implement that.
Are you lifting weights now?
Perfect. And I've been consistently going to the gym for like a month or so. And
So
I've
wait,
noticed
you're lifting.
I guess it should be fine if I don't.
Pedro, hold on. You're lifting weights now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good then. So look, if you want to add in the walking, you can, and you'll lose a little bit quicker muscle. Instead of doing cardio, maybe you get your steps in.
Yeah. And I do get a good amount of steps, sometimes 10,000, sometimes not, but I do walk quite a bit. I guess, that was my general question. I figured I'd be fine. Other than that, I'm going to try and eat clean for another month. I got a little vacation coming up. I'm going to take my meal preps and all that good stuff. If I eat bad one meal, those 3-4 days, how bad do you think it'll set me back if I'm like 2 months deep on a calorie deficit?
I think
Will
you'll
it
be.
really affect me one time?
I think you'll be fine. It's just mentally, right? Are you the kind of person who can have like one bad meal and just get right back on track, or do you think that'll kind of set you up to start cheating on your diet a little bit more? That's the question that you got to ask.
And that's kind of why I haven't even tried anything in the last month or so. Like I don't even try to get tempted, because that's kind of what happened last month, where I fell off a little bit because I ate something for a weekend, and then I just felt like, oh, it's over. I'm never gonna, I'm not gonna be able to do this, or I don't know. I guess I thought I lost my what's the word? Kind of like not motivation, but when you're on like right now I'm on a good pace and I'm looking at the weight go down, so I'm kind of motivated. So I think it'd be best if I don't eat anything. That's kind of what my mentality is. I don't want to fall back, eating crap for a couple of days.
Yeah, and I can understand that. That was like my philosophy. Like I went hard for 6 months, lost 100 pounds. Like no cheat meals or nothing. So I get it. But if you do decide that you want to have a little break, then I would like logically, build that in. Like I've planned it in. So I'm going out for dinner. I'm going to have a cheat meal, and it's not going to be a crazy cheat meal. It might be I'm going to have a burger, some fries, and that's it. And some fruit as dessert. You know what I'm saying? But everything else will be on point. I'd plan it out to the T, and then the next day I get right back on, and I wouldn't make that like a weekly thing, because sometimes we do that. We mess up once. Oh, I had cookies today. Oh, I got some cookies tomorrow. I got some cookies and ice cream the next day. And we kind of slowly get a little worse and worse and worse. Don't let that happen. But if you have one bad meal, that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I've been doing bad is I'm still within 1800, but I'll have a little healthy ice cream. Last night I had two, but I was within 1800. So I mean, I figure that should be fine, right? As long as I'm
Yeah.
within the calorie deficit.
Of course, yeah. So if you're counting your calories, you have way more like flexibility now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even
Oh
on
yeah, I'm trying to get. Oh yeah.
the day you're going out, if you want, sometimes I've done this before too. Like I'll fast up until we go out to the restaurant. So now you got 1,800 calories that you can eat in one sitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
did that. I've done that once or twice.
yeah, so you're good now. You know how to track your calories. So now it's a different ball game. Like you can be way more flexible.
You got it, man. Appreciate the help, man. Appreciate all your info and
No doubt, man. I wish you the best. I wish you the best, Pedro.
appreciate you, man. I'll be watching. Thank you.
Yeah, Mille. I don't know how to say your name, but you're next. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, I want to say I do appreciate you. I watch you every day as well. See, my problem was I was 283 pounds and I got on a GPL, the GP1 medicine,
Yeah.
and I lost the weight like really, really fast. But when I stopped, I noticed that I gained 10 pounds like right away.
Oh, wow. Did your appetite come back? You started eating a little bit more? Was that it?
And I started eating a little more, yeah. Like,
Okay.
and now, watching you, I'm able to do, 60 minutes on the stair step now. I almost do that like every day now. And fixing the diet, like with the protein and the veggies. And like for a snack, I just do the fruit, and it's definitely working.
Yeah. All right. So that's all right. So what's the problem?
So the problem is, I just want to make sure, like today for dinner, like I had 2 drumsticks and some Brussels sprouts, 2 chicken drumsticks and some Brussels sprouts. But then I started feeling hungry again, so I ate another drumstick and some pineapples.
Oh no, you had fruit and some lean protein. Oh man, you're good, man. You're good.
I'm definitely going to hook up with your program too, because I just want somebody to hold me accountable. So I'm looking into that too.
I got you. No, but look, on a serious note, like you doing good, man. That's how you like when you hungry, you get some more protein, you get some fruit. That's how you do it. If you would have said I grabbed the Chips Ahoy's, I'd have been like, you messed up. But you handled that excellently. So good job on
I
that.
heard you say that. You was like, I would grab more protein with some fruit. So I listened to you, and that's what I did.
Yeah. So yeah, good job on that. A plus. All right. Let's see. Oh, dang, I think they left.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
How you doing, Daryl?
I'm doing good. How are you,
Yes.
sir?
I'm doing all right.
Good. My question is, I meal prep, and Ramadan just started, so I'm fasting all day after eating one meal in the morning before sunup. My issue is when I come home, I'm super hungry, so I break my fast. I just need to kind of control, I guess, the craving for sweets. Now, with the chicken breast that I eat, what can I do to, season up a little bit so that way it'll taste better and I won't be going outside of the diet?
Have you tried seasoning it?
Yeah, I just use salt, pepper, garlic.
Okay. So you could try like better seasonings if you know of any. Right? I don't really cook like that. I straight microwave my chicken, but maybe you could add some barbecue sauce to it.
Right,
Not a lot, a little bit, but
right.
just that kind of give you a little bit more flavor. And what have you been doing? Like chicken breast and vegetables?
Chicken breast and veggies. I do need to incorporate more fruit, which I'm not really a fan of, but I can tolerate. But I'm getting tired of the chicken breast, so I tried chicken thighs. What do you think about chicken thighs instead of chicken
So
breast?
chicken thighs is going to be a little fattier than chicken breast is. So that's the only thing. It could still work. If you're doing skinless, chicken thighs, that's still good. But chicken
It's
breast is like incredible.
right. It's skinless and boneless, but I cut out the fatty parts of it, and I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
grill it. I
Like
kind of
I
lost you
said,
for a second. Yeah, I think I lost you for a second. Hey, coach, I got a bad signal. I
I'll plug this
apologize.
thing in.
Hey, coach, I got a bad signal. I apologize.
No, you're good. I think it's me. My laptop was about to die. All right, I'm back. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, so like chicken breast would be ideal, right? But I get it. You're fasting all day. You get home, you're starving, and then you're craving the sweet. So if you doing like 9 ounces of the skinless, boneless chicken thighs, and you cut the fat off, if that's gonna help you better stick to the diet, I'd rather you do that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's all the questions I have. I get on the treadmill 30 minutes in the morning, and I try to get on 30 minutes at night. It's a little difficult due to my schedule, but if I lock in, I'll lock in. I
Yeah,
appreciate all your tips and tricks, man. I appreciate you.
no problem. Well, what's your goal, by the way?
Well, I was 352. I'm down to 335-ish. So I'm just trying to get down to at least 300. I'm not going to go crazy and say I want to go 200, but I'm just going to go out of my threes at least.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna hit that, and then do one goal at a time. All right, so you got this. How are you feeling? Do you feel confident that you're gonna hit this goal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You got this, man. Keep on tuning in because a lot of like fitness, it comes down to like just staying motivated on a daily basis. So just keep on tuning in. You want to like just just want to be around fitness. It's going to keep you motivated, keep making you make good decisions.
Right. I didn't start lifting weights yet. I'm just doing cardio right now.
That's
At
fine.
what point should I start incorporating the weightlifting?
As soon as you have the mental bandwidth to be able to fit it in. Like if it can be hard, like when you like keeping yourself motivated because you might want to keep that mental real estate for like the diet and the cardio. But if
Hmm.
you could do it now, fine. Like, make a plan for yourself. This is my diet. This is when I do cardio, and this is when I weightlift. Now, your strength training, aka your weightlifting, you don't really have to go to a gym if you don't want to. You could, and I do recommend gyms because just the environment, there's people there, right? You go to the gym and you just get lost in time. You could be there for an hour and not even realize it. So that's the plus. But you could be at home doing some squats. You could do
Right.
some push-ups. You could start off with 3 10-minute workouts a week and start there, and then every few weeks or so you just add on to it. So you go from doing 10-minute workouts to 20-minute workouts to 25-minute workouts. So you slowly build up.
Right. Thank you. I got you.
No problem. So I have an app now. On the app, it's free. The name of it is Better You, Better Society. I have like some workout programs on there that you can like kind of follow along with, and it'll just help you have some good structure.
Okay. I'll check them out. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, good. So yeah, keep me posted on your progress, man.
Will do. Coach, thank you. I appreciate you. All
No problem, Daryl.
right. Take care.
All right, is he still here? Let's see. All right, there was somebody else who wanted to come up. Okay, let's see. Who else we got? We have Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you're up. We have Kiz. Hello,
Okay.
Jocelyn. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm on here. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
Okay, good. So, I'm getting married not this upcoming April, but the April after. So, April 2027. And I started my weight loss journey in November. And so I started at 200 and I'm down to 180. And I'm like, right now I'm just doing pretty much like, I'm just eating better and I cut off all soda. And I've been watching you for probably like about 3 weeks now. And I just want to know like what like you recommend me doing. Because I want to be losing like 16 pounds a month.
16.
Starting now. Like, I want to really lock in.
Okay, 16. So what's your goal weight?
So my goal weight is 120 pounds.
Okay, I'm gonna lose 16 pounds a month. Okay, that's okay. 60 pounds a month. That's losing 4 pounds a week. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So look, you're not gonna be able to see my screen when I do this, but I'm still gonna do it. All right. So let me see. How much do you? You told me that already. You are 180, right?
Yes, sir. So I vary from like 177 to 180. Like at the end of the day, I always weigh
That's fine.
180. But
So
yeah.
how old are you? And my bad to cut you off, but that's irrelevant. Like 4 pound difference. That's for what I'm doing right now. That's irrelevant. And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, 21, and female. How tall are you?
I'm only 5 foot.
5 flat.
Yes.
Okay, 5 flat. How active are you? Like, what do you like? I don't want to get into your business, but like, how do you have an active occupation? Or are you sitting down a lot?
So I sit down a lot. I'm an office manager for a doctor's office. So I'm pretty much sitting all day. Like I get up to like go talk to my MAs and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So I'm not very active at work at all.
Okay. Now, with that being said, outside of work, are you active at all?
So I try to be. I walk my dog every night, and I live on the third floor, so I have to walk up 3 flights of stairs every morning and every night. And when I walk my dog,
How
and I
long do
like
you
go on
walk
like
your?
hour walks.
So you walk your dog for like an hour a day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, on top of that, do you do any cardio like at the gym?
So I do. I try to walk for 30 minutes every day, on top of what.
You cut out for a second. Say it again.
Thing that.
Yeah.
I walk on an incline on the treadmill for like 30 minutes.
Okay. Now, are you weightlifting as well too?
Not yet, but I want to start.
Okay. So let's say because you're walking your dog for 60 minutes every day and you're walking on the incline on the treadmill every day for 30 minutes, let's say you're active, right? I'll call you active. This means, okay, your maintenance calories is like 2,330 according to what I'm seeing on my screen. Let me see if I can flip it around and show you. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is your maintenance calories, and this is how I got to this number because I put in your age, gender, your height, your weight, and your activity level. So, because of that, you are burning 2,330 calories a day. Now, this is just a really good estimate, so it could be slightly off, but for the most part, these numbers are like pretty accurate. Now, here's the thing. In order for you to lose 2 pounds a week, you see this number? You have to eat 1,000 calories less than this number right here.
Okay.
You see that? Now, that's only 2 pounds. If you wanted to lose 4 pounds a week, you would have to eat 2,000 calories less than this number. So that means you would have to eat 330 calories a day if you wanted to lose 4 pounds a week. You see how that kind of sounds like, crazy?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. This is what we can do though. Like, let's go back. What we can do is make ourselves burn more calories. So like I said, when I wanted to lose weight quickly, I was doing 2 hours of cardio a day. So that would put us here at like extra active. And that means now we'd be burning close to 2,856 calories a day. So for you to lose 4 pounds a week, you'd have to eat 856 calories a day. Still very low, but it's a lot more, that's more doable. You understand what I'm getting at?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, now,
Yes.
here's the thing. Now most people are going to tell you something like, "Oh, don't do that. It's not healthy. It's too much." And they're right. Your doctor will tell you that's too much, but that's what I did. Like I was losing 5 pounds a week because I was jogging 5 miles every morning, 5 miles every evening. I was eating like 1,000 calories a day, like 800 to 1,000 calories a day, and I was dropping weight super, super quick. We have. Hello? How about now? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's good. So talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah. I'm weighing 120
You said you're
and
win.
and I'm trying to lose weight.
Okay.
If anything that I will take for the next 2 weeks, then I'll go back to the same weight.
Okay.
If I try taking something that will let me calm down, the next 2 weeks, then I have to be back to the same weight, which I don't know the reason why.
Okay.
So I don't know if you will let me know the reason why.
Okay. So I'm confused. You will lose weight for 2 weeks and then you'll gain the weight back.
Yes.
Okay. Like so, what it sounds like. You're not saying it's like. If for you to lose weight, you're probably being very strict, and then what? Do you eat bad and then gain the weight back?
Come again?
Like, why are you gaining the weight back? Is it because you're eating bad?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I mean, if you can't give me any more information than that, I can't help you. I don't even know what to tell you. You could be sick. You could be, I don't know what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So look,
I'm not getting you.
I'm lost too. So look, this is what we'll do. I want you to go on my page. I want you to look
Yes.
through some of my videos where I talk about how to eat, and I want you to like follow a strict meal plan, right, every day. And I also want you to learn how to track calories. So start tracking your calories as well too. And then once you're doing those two things, if you still are gaining weight and losing weight and you don't know what's going on, then come back and then we could take it from there.
Okay.
All right, man. All right, let's see. All right. Wow, it's like, okay. Whew, there's a lot of people that's trying to come up. All right, we're going to try to move this along kind of quickly. What's going on?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to see if you had any advice for like when I'm hitting like a plateau. So I'm actually like I'm pretty fit, like I'm decently fit right now. I'm not like crazy in shape. I think my body fat is somewhere in like the probably like 18 to like 21%, but I still have a lot of muscle on me right now. As of right now, I'm on a cut, so I'm trying to drop. So my actual calorie intake every day is I think like 1,500. So on 1,500, I'm trying to get in at least 160 to like 180 grams of protein per day. And I'm still trying to watch what I eat, but I don't know. I feel like it's like at some point I hit a plateau. I don't know if there's a certain reason why, but I just feel like sometimes I hit a plateau on it.
Okay, so when you say plateau, what do you mean?
Like I feel like I stopped losing weight for like a while.
Like, how long is a while?
Probably like a couple days to like a week maybe.
Oh, that's normal when you start losing weight. Like once you lose. So look, the person that I'm about to bring up next, he's actually a current client of mine, and he dealt with this a lot. Like he ended up losing 40 pounds, but during him losing the 40 pounds, like he had moments where he'd be stuck for a few days or stuck for a week, stay consistent, and then you see a big drop. So that's normal. All right.
Okay. And I do cardio every now and then. I don't do cardio as much. Do you think it's like, is it really that much of a difference maker with burning fat?
So doing cardio, it helps you burn more calories, right? So you're eating 2,100 calories a day. If you do cardio, that just helps you burn more. So if you were doing cardio, you would be losing weight a little bit quicker. Now,
Okay.
like I would do it because I would like to lose. I like to lose weight quicker than slower. But do you need to? Not necessarily. If you want to lose 1.5 pounds a week or 2 pounds a week, that's cool. If you want to lose a little bit faster, then the cardio could help you do that. So it's not like a necessity, but it's just, if you
It'll
wanted,
help out.
yeah,
Okay. All right. I mean, that's pretty much it. I feel like my discipline is pretty good, so I don't really need anything else. Like I'm doing what I need to for the most part. I just,
all right,
I
cool.
guess if that's how it goes, like if that's how the plateau works, and it just happens, then I guess I'll just have to keep going and just,
Yeah, just stay
see
consistent.
how
Look,
long it takes.
when I dropped 100 pounds in 6 months, I was losing 20 pounds a month at first. Like I was dropping super quick. The
I did
last
the
like,
same thing, man.
look, the last
I
few
didn't drop
weeks.
100, but I was close to it. Like I think I
Look,
was
hold on.
like
I'm
50.
not. Hold on. Let me finish. The last few weeks, I was dropping like half a pound a week. You know what I'm saying? Like it get real slow at the end.
Okay, all right, so that's what it is. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did the same thing you did in that sense. Like I dropped down, I think 40. When I first started losing weight, it was probably like 2-3 years ago. I think I dropped down like 40 or 50. So right now I'm in a good weight, but I want a body recomp because like I want to keep muscle and I want to like stay as lean as possible, but not as lean as possible because I know it's not as healthy to stay that lean. But I want my body fat percentage to be somewhere in like the, probably 15%, 14%. I'm trying to get it down super low, especially because I'm leaving soon. I'm going on vacation, so I'm just trying to get it down soon. I just don't know how long it's gonna take. I'll probably just start walking and running more
All right, cool.
than I already do.
All right,
So, all right, appreciate it, man.
no doubt. DeQuincy, what's going on?
Working, coach.
How you doing, man? Look, I seen the name. I was like, that's my guy. Talk to me. What's up?
Still pushing. I had a fiber issue recently to where I was eating so much veggies over my meal, but I wasn't drinking like enough water, and it made me like gassy and bloated. So these last when I hit 201, 202, I kind of had same thing with these. When the weight gets down so much, like lower, it gets slower. I'm noticing it's starting to slow up.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. You said how much you weigh now? You said 201.
I was I was two right now. 202.
You breaking up a little bit.
I'm 202.
Say it again.
202.
Oh, 202. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was down. Like, I was down 199.8, and then like I don't know. My body do some weird things. I'll drop 2 pounds, go back.
yeah, the fluctuation is normal. But look, ultimately, like remember, like what did you start at?
244.
All right, so you started at 244 and you got down to 198. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a huge drop. So you will see the little fluctuations, and because you lost so much, yeah, it is gonna it moves a little bit slower the leaner you get. Just like before, the biggest thing now is just keep on staying consistent.
Yeah, I'm saying, I've listened to. I know something that you said earlier, talking about somebody was talking about the fruits and stuff. Like you was like, have one banana. If you have 2 bananas, that's okay. If you have 3 bananas, you know the calories are adding up.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I know sometimes with my meal, I will have it. Like I will have it alongside my meal. But if I did a banana at lunch, and then I got to do it again. Okay, now I'm getting,
Yeah, like you're starting to get too crazy with the calories. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I noticed I do that too in my meals. I'm like, okay, had a banana for breakfast. You had a protein shake and a banana for breakfast.
Yeah.
You have another one.
Exactly. We got to slow it down a little bit. Now, let me ask you: did you ever take a diet break for a week, or no? You just been straight through?
No, I I
Okay.
I'm human. Like there was sometimes when we talk on the calls where I still ate regular meals, but sometimes I did snack. I did
But you
snack.
never, but you never like dedicated a week to like eating intentionally at calorie maintenance for like a full 7 to 14 days. Like you've never done that. It would
No,
just be here and there. We'd mess up a little. Okay, that's the next thing we got to do. And it's coming like pretty soon. It's coming up to that time when we have to do that because like you do want to have that break eventually because as you've seen like when you start dieting, it's been 6, 7, 8 months. It's like whoo,
man.
you get a little, you get to be a little rough. So we all gonna do that soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I'm just
But look, real
trying
quick,
to.
do me a favor. Tell everybody, just like how you were able to be so consistent to see the progress you've seen so far.
Well, I've like it's always been like a goal of mine to just see what's under my belly. I think that drove me because, like I said, I like my body and stuff. I think I could be more toned, but I was like, man, I just wonder what I would look like if I just lose this little this belly fat. Wow.
Yeah.
And
Hold on,
that
like
has always just pushed me.
you breaking up. Yeah, you breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now that sounds better.
But yeah, no, I just that has always been on my mind.
Nah, you breaking up again.
Let me get my earphones. Hold on. Try to see if that will help.
Yeah, it's like it sounds really choppy.
Okay, can you? What about now?
Well, start talking. I'll let you know if it breaks up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just being curious about that really was driving me. And it's like even
Yeah, nah, it's not working.
no.
Look, yeah, don't look. Me and you will hop on a call, and I'll record it like privately,
Okay.
because yeah, it's like too much of an echo. It's cutting you out, so don't even worry about it.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right.
All right, DeQuincy. All right, everybody. That's pretty much it for today. We're gonna call it. Anybody else want to come up? Wait, hold on. We got 18 people that want to come up. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try to do it. All right, Rod, you're up first.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, what's your opinion on like supplements like psyllium husk, nitric oxide type boosters? I follow what you say about eating the chicken and vegetables. I lost a pound in a week so far, so I'm gonna keep that going. But I'm reading up on like psyllium husk and like drinking beet juice. What's your opinions on that?
So I've never like done any of those, to be honest.
Okay.
So, like as long as your diet is right and your workouts are on point, like you're gonna look phenomenal. So that stuff, it's like 0.00. That's like the icing that goes on top of the sprinkles that go on top of the icing, on top of the sprinkles, on top of the cake. You know what I'm saying? That's like such a small part of it. As long as you get the main stuff down, you're gonna be good. But I've heard, like I'm familiar with like hearing about them before, so I'm guessing if you take those supplements, it'll be fine. But should that be your top priority? Nah.
Okay. Yeah, so far I've been following what you said, and I've been losing like a pound a week so far.
Okay. And what's your goal, by the way?
Right now I'm at like 270. I'm trying to get to like 200 at least.
Okay. So yeah, you're doing the diet, right? What's your diet looking like?
I just do the veggies and the chicken, or veggies and shrimp.
Okay. Like any cheat days?
Stop the cheat days. I stopped doing that on the weekends.
Okay.
I cut out alcohol as well.
All right, yeah. So, and you're doing like cardio and your weightlifting?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah.
I work overnight, so right after work I go cardio for an hour.
All right, that sounds good. Now it's just a matter of just staying consistent with it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the only question I had.
All right, cool. All right, let's see. We got. Okay, trying to bring up. What's your name? Liquid Mars. Catfish. Hello.
Yes, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hey, listen, I've been watching you for a while. Now, I was already on a diet beforehand. I was doing the carnivore diet, and I went from 223. I'm down to 185 now, and I'm just starting to pick up weight. Now, my question is, I still have some fat around the midsection. I just got done working out, and I'm weighing myself now. I'm 185, but I got this smart weigher, and it's trying to, it tells you your BMI, and it's not like it's 24. So what do you think about? What do I need to do to get this fat off the midsection?
Okay, so your body fat is at 24, or is it BMI?
Yeah, that's what I don't know how accurate this thing is. It's like a scale that just tells you through an app.
Okay, so to get rid of that last bit of body fat, it's very simple, right? It's just you just gotta lose more weight. So look, let me. You can't even see this. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. So right now, like when you look at your core, right? Like how lean does it look? Does it look like the right or the left?
I'm about in between that right now. I
Okay.
used to be real. I was unhealthy, man. Like just every day was a crash out day. I call it. Now,
Gotcha. All right, so look, it's real simple then. The only you just gotta lose more weight. Like just lose more body fat. So on the left, let's say I was 220. On the right, I'm 190. So you just gotta lose some more body fat. It's simple. Just keep on losing weight. Now, while you losing weight, you make. Say it again.
My next question is like, is it got slender and tall?
Say it again.
Okay, I'm more slender and tall. Is that
The
the
same
reason
thing.
I have to lose more weight?
No, just even if you were short and stumpy, like if you have midsection, if you have fat anywhere on your body, the answer to that is to just lose more weight. But you want to keep your muscle while you're losing weight. So you got to be in the gym, lifting and doing your squats, all of that good stuff so that you keep your muscle while you're losing the body fat. So you just got to lose weight.
Okay, so basically eat like the same way I've been,
Yeah. You just got to do it for longer.
which is actually your plan now. Like I didn't start off. So
Yeah.
cardio, you got to stay the same, and just I'm working out every day now. It's like when I take an off day, I feel guilty.
Okay, that could be fine for what your goal is. You just want to lose body fat. So long story short is just keep doing what you've been doing to keep on losing the body fat. It just takes and just like I was telling the guy who was on before, like the leaner you get, the more weight you lose, the slower you lose weight. So this is when people give up because in the beginning, you might have been seeing, oh, I'm losing 4 pounds a week. But as you get to that last little bit of belly fat, like the last 10 pounds, you might be losing half a pound a week. So you just got to stay consistent. Just stay super consistent. It's going to take a little bit longer, but if you stay consistent, eventually you'll be super lean here.
Okay, what about as far as like cheat days? Do you think that's some
So cheat,
where I'm already like so low? I don't want to be lower.
yeah, I would say do a cheat meal, not a cheat day, right? And I would, a cheat meal is like one day a week where you kind of have a little cheat meal, or do like a cheat meal every 3 weeks. So if you're having a cheat meal once a week and you're still losing weight and you're making progress, amazing, keep it up. But if you're having a cheat meal once a week and you're not seeing progress, then maybe you need to do a cheat meal once a month. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I appreciate it, man. Hey, you've been a big help for me on my fitness journey, and I'm seeing major gains. But like I said, I got a small frame, and I'm looking to get, my goal is 195, but minus the fat.
Yeah, I hear you. So get lean first, and then once you get lean, then you're gonna start eating at calorie maintenance and keep on lifting weights, and that's when you're gonna start putting on the muscle. But for now, you're in a calorie deficit, you're lifting, so you're losing fat. Once you lose all the fat you gotta lose, that's when you start trying to bulk up and put on the muscle.
Okay, so I'm not counting calories right now, and I'm actually taking in protein and all that stuff. I'm taking Jocko milk or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean in my opinion.
I would recommend I would recommend counting your calories. Now look, so what I recommend, right, is you make a meal plan and you eat the same meals every day to keep it simple, but at least track your calories that first time around so that you know how many calories you're eating. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I eat the same foods every day. I know I'm eating 1,700 calories, 220 grams of protein a day because it's the same foods every day. If I decide to go out and eat, that's when I track my calories because something changes. But as long as I'm eating what I know is 1,700 calories, 220 grams of protein, I don't got to track it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. I guess I gotta find that happy medium because I still want to build muscle, and like I said, the midsection is kind of holding on. You know how that is.
If you focus on just losing weight and like if you focus on losing weight, you'll be losing the midsection. In order to build muscle while you're doing that, just lift weights in the gym hard enough so that you could be like just try to get stronger in the gym. So if I was you and I wanted to lose the body fat and build muscle, I would follow my meal plan that has me in a calorie deficit, make sure it's high in protein, and that's why I say do the chicken breast and veggies, etc. And I'd be in the gym 3-4 days a week, bench pressing, squatting, doing my lat pull downs. I'd be lifting hard. And my goal would be, okay, I was able to bench press 315 for 4 reps last week. 2 weeks from now, I want to be able to get it for 5 reps. You know what I'm saying? So I would be in there lifting seriously, but my diet would just be super dialed in. That's literally what I do. Like my workout intensity never changes. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not I'm losing weight or trying to build muscle, like I'm in there, like I'm lifting hard. So that's the only thing you got to do in order to build muscle while you're losing weight.
Okay, so it's best for me to go
Say it again.
sets heavy as I can. I'll go about heavy as I can for 4 sets, and would that be considered a workout?
Yeah. So give me an example. Like what exercise? What's one of your main lifts that you do for your chest?
I do bench press.
Okay. Now, when you do the bench press, right? What's like the heaviest weight that you lift with when you're trying to get, not trying to max out, but like when you're doing your 8 reps, like what weight do you work with?
It's 90 plus 50, that's 140 plus the bar.
Okay. So
140 plus the bar.
Okay, so that's what, 185. So you're doing 185 pounds. How many times can you rep that out on the bench?
Probably after, I just finished work. I just finished doing chest. So I think on my last set, I did 9 of them.
Okay, solid.
And that was set 4.
Yeah, solid. So I would do like, say, 4 working sets on the bench. Meaning, if I'm you, I'm going to have 185 on the bar. I'm going to do as many reps as I can. Set number 1. I might get 12, right? I'm going to rest for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to do it again, as many as I can. I might get 12 again. Rest 2 to 3 minutes. Then I'll do as many as I can. I might get 10. Rest 2 to 3 minutes. Then I get 9. That's like a solid like chest workout. Then I'll do the same thing with the incline dumbbells. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to the gym, you want to like really push yourself to like your max. It don't have to be as heavy as you can lift, but you want to work those muscles as hard as you can work them.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to be watching.
No doubt. Yeah. So like do that and then, come back because it gets a little bit deeper. Like you got to make sure this is when you have your carbs before you start lifting, but it gets complicated. So everybody else who's listening to this, I normally don't go into this much detail because, it could be a lot. But for you, like, take what I just said, and that'll help you start building muscle while you're trimming down the body fat. All right?
All right. I appreciate it, man.
No doubt, man.
Take it easy, man. Thanks.
All right, after this, I am done. Wow, we've been on for like almost 2 hours. Hello, Camille. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. So I wanted to come in and mention that I started out at 232 pounds and went to 146.
Woo!
The thing is, just like the other guy, I still had like a midsection. But the thing is, the reason why I went back up with my calories was because my face was starting to look too skinny, especially at the sides, like it was sucked in. I was building muscles on my arms, muscles on my legs, and my back was like really small, but there was still a stomach. So I was wondering if you had any like.
Oh, can I see like what you look like?
Okay.
Just so I have like an idea. That you know.
1 second.
Somebody said it was getting complicated. I know. I know.
Like that? Can you see me?
No.
You can?
No.
Oh, you can't see me.
Now I can. Okay. So you said your face was. I can see you now. Yeah, I can see you now. So you said your face was getting very lean, right?
Yeah, like in here, it was like that.
Okay. Now when you said you had like a little bit of a belly, what do you mean?
So when I was overweight at 232, like I had like a belly, but as I went to 146, not that same belly was there, but I still had a stomach. Like it was still, for my size, I felt like my stomach was still too big.
Okay. Like how do you feel now? Do you still feel like that now, or?
Now, yeah, I feel like now I still have a belly. Like even though I'm working out and I'm
Okay.
like building muscle and my arms are toned, my legs are toned, there's still a belly there.
Okay. Can I see?
Oh,
Or,
I don't
okay,
feel
I got you. Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, it's like 120 people on here. I got you. On your TikTok, do you?
Yeah.
So I don't. It's hard because I don't know what you. My thing is.
Well, I have a before and after picture on my TikTok.
Okay, so what is your TikTok? Let me see. Your name is Camille. Camille what?
What's my TikTok name? 1 second.
Okay, I get it. I got it.
You got it.
INDIGO.
Meals I eat to lose weight and build muscle while strength training 3 to 4 times weekly. In this video, I decided to do a what I eat before and after the gym. And by this point, I was so done because I did some barbell back squats before this and they were brutal. So here
Okay, so show me, where's the before and after? This pin post?
Like that was the before, and then that's how I got.
Okay. And that's all you got? Like you don't have like where anyone could see your stomach?
No, there's no stomach pictures.
Oh, okay. So, how light did you get? What was your lightest? You said 140?
146.
Okay. So the thing is, if you had like fat still around your belly, the simple answer is you just had to lose more body fat. So you probably had to lose another, let's say like 8 pounds or so, like maybe 12 pounds. I know the face does get lean. That's just like a byproduct of it. Now, did you feel some type of way about that, or did somebody say something to you and you was like, oh man, you're right?
No, I felt some type of way because I just looked so different. Like I feel like I looked older and like ugly. And then people were pointing it out too, but I noticed it before people pointed it out.
Okay. Yeah, that's just like a byproduct of like losing body fat. You know, like the face does get lean, and everyone's body is different. You know, like some people will lose fat in their stomach first, and their face will stay around. Like, so that's just like your genes and your genetics. Like when you get lean, your face will get like really, really lean. So that's just like you gotta weigh it. What you could do is, what if you were to get as lean as you needed to get in order to have like a six pack, and then you say, okay, the face to get a little lean, and then you just kind of weigh it. Do I want to stay really lean, or do I want to keep my body fat a little bit higher? And then you just decide what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. And even what you said about like losing more weight, my goal was actually like 140. But as I saw my face starting to look so different, that's when I was like, okay, I need to go back up in calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much like all you got. It's either you get leaner and the face will get a little leaner, but yeah,
So I guess I have to just pick my poison.
exactly. That's all there. You pick your poison. It's like, do I want the skinny face, or do I want, fuller face, but the stomach not gonna be as lean as it could get? I would say try it out. Try to get as lean as you need to get and just see how it feels. See how you feel there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again for your advice.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
But
All right,
good
bye.
job though. You lost like 90 pounds, so incredible.
Thank
Incredible.
you so much.
Yeah.
I've been listening to you for the longest. I actually found you on YouTube first, so yeah, I love
Wow.
your videos.
I appreciate that. Everybody give Camille a round of applause, because 90 pounds, that's incredible. Good job. Super proud to hear that. All right,
Thank you. I
Camille.
appreciate it. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That is going to be it. We're done. That's it for today. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live. We have been on for about like 2 hours, 1 hour, 48 minutes. So pretty lengthy live. If anybody wants some one-on-one help, like you want a custom plan to be made for you, all of that good stuff, like want some one-on-one coaching, if you comment the word coach in the comment section, or you matter of fact, no, don't do that. Yeah, comment the word coach in the comment section. And if I don't get back to you, click the link in my bio or message me privately the word coach, and I'll send you the application on how fitness coaching works, and we'll take it from there. But I wish all of you guys the best. I'm sorry for the 22 people that have been waiting to come up. I really am. I apologize, but it is late, and I got to go to sleep. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Oh, wait, we got... Hello? Hello?